Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. I hope all the students can listen to me. I hope all the students are able to listen to me. Okay. Dear students, you know very well that last time we were going through the chapter number 4 and we had completed the topic of impairments, the communication or the transmission impairments, where we had discussed about distortion, attenuation. Similarly, we discussed about the noise and we also compared these all things with each other. So this was basically the topic that we were doing last time. I hope all these students are very much clear about all these things that we were doing last time. So what I need right now, okay, I need to have a very quick review about these all things. And I had given you one assignment as well, and that assignment was basically a written assignment. And I had asked you, okay, this is how you are going to be assessed in your first term exam. So most probably it would be the method. So that's why I gave you that assignment, so that you may have a good practice of it. So I gave you one assignment as well. So we will come towards the assignment as well. But right now, what do I need to have? I need to have a quick review of the topic that we were discussing last time, and it was basically the transmission impairment. Okay, so please define the transmission impairment, their types. Okay, please raise the hand. I would like to know from you. Kindly raise the hand. Yes. Who will explain? These questions which are written in front of you on your screen. Transmission impairment. Yes. How do you define the transmission impairment? Please raise the hand. Yes, Muniba, can you?
Transmission impairment means the errors that occur during data communication from one point to another.
Okay. The errors that are caused during the transmission when the data is being transmitted from one point to another point. So those hurdles, those errors are basically called the impairments. Good. How many types are there for the impairment?
Attenuation, distortion, cross.
Attenuation, distortion, and noise. Okay.
Cross.
You just hold it over here. Let me ask someone else. Then I will come back to you again. Any other student? Any other student? Please raise the hand. Who will define the attenuation? Attenuation. Can you define the attenuation? Yes, Maaz Islam. What is meant by attenuation? What is meant by distortion? What is meant by noise? Yes, please.
Assalamu alaikum, sir.
Walaikum salam. Yes, Maaz, can you define attenuation?
Yes, sir. Attenuation is a reduction of signal strength during transmission, such as when sending data collected through automated and monitoring. Attenuation is represented in decibels dB, which is 10 times the logarithm of the signal power at the particular input divided by the signal power at an output of the specified medium.
Okay, fine. Maz, always try to give the answer in your own words, okay? When you try to find out from the Google or from somewhere else, so it also contains some technical terminologies and some other details which are not there definitely in our syllabus. I know very well that your answer is definitely correct. But keep in mind that we need to write the answer as we have written that attenuation means when the signal is getting weak. Why? Because of the long distance. Simple. When the distance is long and the signal is losing its strength, this is called attenuation. Okay? Yes, anyone else who will define the distortion quickly? What is meant by distortion? Usman. Yes, please. Mohammed Usman.
Sir, this distortion is a term used to describe an interruption of transmitting signals that cause an nuclear at receiver side.
No, the question is that why distortion is created. Just like in attenuation, we are saying signal is getting weak because of the long distance. What is happening in the distortion? We had discussed in detail. Don't you have that material that I have had given you in the Google Classroom? The written material, the written notes. Sman. Yes, Muniba, can you?
Distortion means interruption in the transmission of signals. It changes the output signal with respect to input signal.
Yeah, this is the
The
thing.
output signal is different from the input signal.
The output signal is different from the input signal, and we had said that when there are different the signal is being sent from the source and it is being received at the destination. So what happens ke its shape, the signal shape, its composition is changed because of the delay in the different segments of the different portions of the signal. When this is recomposed, so its signal shape is changed, and we had exhibited using a diagram as well. Okay, this is called the distortion. And what happens in the noise? Yes, Moz, yes, can you define?
Yes, sir.
Yes, quickly.
Sir, noise is unwanted sound
Noise is
and
definitely unwanted sound. You're right. It is unwanted sound which is there in the with the signal. And we had discussed about different types of noise. We had said that basically the noise may be because of the movement of electrons, which is called thermal noise. The noise which because of the motors and appliances, which is called induced noise. The noise because of when one wire affects another wire, this is called crosstalk. Similarly, impulse noise is also there when lightning effect is there. Okay, or the power lines are there near to the uh, medium that you are using for your communication. With it, the power lines are going on. So then these kind of unwanted interruption is there. Basically, unwanted sound is there, which is basically creating an interruption. This is called noise. Okay, so this was the topic that we were discussing last time, and I had given you the complete material in your Google Classroom. This is your Google Classroom. I had given you the material as well. You know very well that the material was basically about the lesson that whenever we discuss a new lesson, Acha, this diagram was missing. You people had asked me for this diagram, so I gave you in the last class. And this topic was done on 2nd of September, and I had given you the noise. Noise we had discussed on 2nd September. Before 2nd September, we had discussed about different attenuation and the distortion. And I had also given you an assignment. Let me see how many have submitted. So if only 5 have submitted, you know that due date is tomorrow. Tomorrow is 7th or 8th of September. It was a very easy assignment, and you were supposed to write the answer. You're supposed to write the answer on paper for it. 5 short questions were there, and only two long questions were there. For which I asked you, you need to write the answers on the paper and then submit it to me. I had also asked you, you will not give me the answer in the form of in the form of typed format. No, handwritten answer is required. You will write the answer, you will take the pictures of those answers, and you will send those pictures either making by PDF or only the pictures to me. Okay, so when I will go to this assignment, I'll be able to see that who are the students who have submitted. Only 5 have submitted to me. Okay, so when we go there, we will be able to see that these are the images that just like you have submitted over here, the images in written format. In this format, I need to have. So when I will go there, so I will be able to check. You can see on my screen. Okay, I will click on the first image. I will read it. I will click on the second image. I will read it. I will click on the third image, fourth image, and whatever the marks I will give you. So you will be able to receive in your Google Classroom. So when I will assign the marks, when I am going to give you the marks, let's suppose, so these marks are there that you have given. So let's suppose if I am giving you some marks, for example, when I will click on the return button, so you will be able to see that those marks will be returned to you. Return to you matlab ke you will be able to receive those marks in your Google Classroom. Right now I have just given the marks. I will recheck it again. So Muniba, can you tell us that you have received the marks in your Google Classroom? If you go to and check your result, okay, you have got some result, you have got some marks or not? So this is the way that you will be assessed for the written material. I hope this thing is now clear. Muniba, when you check, then raise the hand and let me know, okay, you have checked and you have come to know that you have received the marks. This is how you will be assessed. And the 5 students, those who have submitted, they have submitted in a very well manner, and they have given the answers by writing on paper, and then they have submitted to me those images. Okay. Mohammad Abbas, you have got any question?
सर कल किस टाइम तक सबमिट करनी है?
मतलब कल तक कर दो आप. 8th है, 8th कब तक रहती है? जाहिर सी बात है दोपहर तक आप इसको सबमिट कर दो, so that I will receive and then I will check it. Okay, because I will also take some time for the checking, and then another assignment was also there that I am going to give you, inshallah. Most probably it will be about the MCQs in the form of a Google form. Yes, Muniba, did you check in your Google Classroom about the result?
Yes, sir.
You are able to see the marks that I gave you right now?
Yes, sir.
Okay, fine. So this is how you will be able to receive your marks. Now coming towards the next topic. The next topic is basically the next topic that we are going to start right now is basically about different types of devices that we have got. So we are going to start the communication devices. The topic is being started at your page number 113. It is given on the 133. So we are going to start this topic, communication devices. Whenever we are connecting two devices, there are some essentials. Some essential things are there. When I am connecting one computer to another, I am going to be connected to my office network. I am going to be connected to the internet. So I'm going to take any connection with from the ISP, from any internet service provider. Just like we have got some internet service provider in our city, different internet service providers are there from whom we are taking the internet services. So what kind of devices are there which are involved? This is the thing that we need to understand over here. Okay. Communication device is a hardware device capable of transmitting an analog or digital signal over the wired or wireless media. Using communication device, we become able to basically connect two or more devices. It would be definitely hardware, na? It is a hardware device capable of making communication possible. Using this way, you become able to make your communication possible. Okay. Then come towards the switch. Switch is basically the device that we are going to discuss, and we are going to also discuss about the network interface card. Acha, let me uh, discuss first the switch. Switch is basically the device which is used basically inside the LAN, local area network में use करते हैं हम इसको. It is basically a multi-port device. If you go to the Google and you search for it, you will be able to see that it is a multi-port device. Okay, you will be able to see that it is a multi-port device. The ports are there in it. The ports would be 8 or 16 or 32 or 64. Normally, this is the number of ports which are available in a in any type of switch. Different type of vendors are there. Different companies are there which are giving you the services for the such kind of hardware devices. So it looks like this. For example, if we have got a large lab, we have got a number of PCs, so then definitely we are going to have a switch which is having many more ports in it. Switch is a device in a computer network that connects other devices together. Multiple data cables are plugged into a switch to enable communication between different network devices. Fine. So we use switch for this purpose, and definitely it also needs a power. Just like your router in the home, you also plug it with the power, no? One adapter is there that you plug with the power. So power is also required to it. Now we see one video about it, and then we will move ahead. Now please pay attention to it and look at this video. Then I'm going to discuss
Hello everyone.
about
In
it.
this video, we're going to talk about the difference between a hub, a switch, and a router. Now, all three of these devices are similar, but there is a difference in the way they handle data. So we'll first talk about a hub.
अच्छा, over here first there we had basically hubs. पहले hubs होती थी हमारे पास. Now hub has been replaced by the switches. Hub is also like switch, but it has some less capability as compared to the switch. So we are going to discuss about first. We are going to see about the hub and then the switch.
Now, the purpose of a hub is to connect all of your network devices together on an internal network. It's a device that has multiple ports that accepts Ethernet connections from network devices. Now, a hub is considered not to be intelligent because it does not filter any data or has any intelligence as to where the data is supposed to be sent. And that's because the only thing a hub knows is when a device is connected to one of its ports. So when a data packet arrives at one of the ports, it is copied to all of the other ports. So all the devices on that hub sees that data packet. So again, a data packet comes into one port, then the hub will just rebroadcast that data to every port that has a device connected to it. So even if this computer here only wanted to communicate with this computer over here, these other computers would still receive the data even though the data was not intended for them. So when this happens, it not only creates security concerns, but it also creates unnecessary traffic on the network, which wastes bandwidth.
Okay, now in the hub, what was the process in the hub? Hub did not have its own processing chips, just like ICs or chips to process to find out okay, the data that is it has received, it is for which computer number in the network. Are you getting this thing? Hub was not intelligent. Not intelligent matlab it was not having the capacity to identify the destination address. So it used to send that data to all the PCs. Matlab it was behaving like a water pipe where water is coming and one T is coming in the pipe of the water. So water will go in the 3 or 4 directions wherever it finds the route. Fine. So it was not having a proper destination addressing where we need to send the data. So hub was not intelligent. So that's why the huge traffic was there and the network used to become slower in the hubs. By look you will see both are same, but switch is intelligent. It has got the mechanism to identify the destination address. Now see.
Now, a switch is very similar to a hub. It's also a device that has multiple ports that accepts Ethernet connections from network devices. But unlike a hub, a switch is intelligent. A switch can actually learn the physical addresses of the devices that are connected to it, and it stores these physical addresses, called MAC addresses, in its table. So when a data packet is sent to a switch, it's only directed to the intended destination port, unlike a hub, where a hub would just rebroadcast that data to every port. So as an example, if this computer here wanted to communicate with this computer over here, the data packet arrives at the switch, and then the switch will look at its table of MAC addresses and matching ports and deliver the data to the correct port. And then the data packet would only go to that computer. So that's the major difference between a hub and a switch. So as a result, switches are far more preferred over hubs because they reduce any unnecessary traffic on the network.
Okay. So
So as a review, a hub only detects that a device is physically connected to it, and a switch can detect specific devices that are connected to it because it keeps a record of the MAC addresses of those devices. Now, hubs and switches are used to exchange data within a local area network. For example, such as in your home network or in a business. They are not used to exchange data outside their own network, such as out on the internet. Because to exchange or route data outside their own network to another network, such as out on the internet, a device needs to be able to read IP addresses. And hubs and switches do not read IP addresses. So that's where the router comes in.
okay, fine. What does it mean? Hubs are basically now getting obsolete and they have been replaced by the switches. And switch is basically an intelligent device, just like you would have seen in your computer lab. Your PCs are basically attached with each other using switches. Twisted pair cables are going from each PC to the switch, and you are connected. Your PCs are connected with each other. You can send and receive messages to each other. Okay, so what does it mean? The hub was the device which is basically an earlier version of the switch. It is now getting obsolete, so people are not using it because hub is not intelligent. It does not contain a proper mechanism for processing which will identify the destination address on the basis of MAC address. One term was used, MAC address. MAC address basically is defined by your network card, which is called basically media access control address. MAC address is basically the physical address of the PC that you are using. Every digital device, just like any standalone device, for example, Android phone is there, laptop is there, tablet is there, they all have a MAC address in them. MAC address matlab media access control. Physical address of the device is always there. Okay, basically that is called MAC address. Okay. Now come towards so now switch is I think clear. Na? Switch is entirely clear. Switch is the device which is used to connect the different people inside a network, different devices in a network. So this thing is I think very clear to all of you, and you don't need to have any further detail about it. This is very clear to you. We also differentiated the hub with the switch, although hub is not mentioned in our syllabus. But why did I explain you? So that you must know. Now come toward the network interface card. We have got one NIC. NIC, if you go to the Google and write here network interface card, you will be able to see that different types of such diagrams will be there. This is basically an NIC, which contains a port to connect the twisted pair cable. You will see that these are the NICs. These are NIC. This is basically a card which is attached in your computer, and you basically you give the picture. This picture gives you the concept about the network interface card. You insert the twisted pair cable. We had discussed about RJ45 connector. Remember, this is the port which is basically there in order to connect the RJ45 connector, and you will insert it in it, and the other end will be inserted in the switch. One side will be inserted in the switch and one side will be inserted in your PC in the NIC card. जो आपको NIC नजर नहीं आ रहा होता बाहर से, from outside this is not visible, but you can see this port is visible in your laptops. This is visible. This is basically an IC port, and this is also in your desktop PCs. matlab cables, one part is attached to it and the second part is attached to the switch, and then your communication becomes possible. So a network interface card, also called not network interface controller भी कहते हैं इसको, also known as network interface card. Simply हम इसको क्या कहते हैं? We also call it network adapter. We also call it network adapter. We also call it LAN adapter. We also call it physical network card. Network interface, sorry, physical network interface. These all are the devices. ये सारे devices के नाम इस device का नाम है. मतलब we are saying it network interface controller, network interface card, network adapter, LAN card. LAN card भी कहते हैं हम इसको. Simply, we also simply call it LAN card. Okay, or physical network interface. Fine. It is a hardware device which connects the computer in the network. जाहिर सी बात है कि we will insert the twisted pair cables end, which is basically an RJ45 connector, where we are going to insert that particular connector. Definitely, when we have got one NIC port in our PC, then we will be able to do this. And for that NIC port, we need to have an NIC in our system. Achha, what will be there in the NIC? NIC में है क्या? In the NIC, there are some chips. Sorry. Some chips are there, some processing mechanism is there in it, which basically defines its physical address called MAC address. ये आप देख रहे हो, इसका एक MAC address होगा, physical address, जिसे हम कहते हैं media access control. MAC address मतलब media address control. MAC stands for, it could be asked in your board exams, is a unique number, unique identifier assigned to network interface card. दुनिया में दो devices का MAC address same नहीं होता. For example, you would have seen in the crime stories that they find out the criminal by the help of the cell phone that he was using. Even then, even when he sent the he was using some cell phone and he changed the SIM, but they became able to identify that person. Why? Because the MAC address was same. So we are going to see another short video. We have short time, but before going towards the video, let me mark the attendance first, and then we will see an important and short video. Acha ji, from Aman to Hani Hassan up to Zainabad. Okay.
Hello, everyone. In this network interface card or NIC, several times we connect a LAN cable with our computer to access internet. For this purpose, male RJ45 connector of LAN cable is connected to female RJ45 connector present in our PC. This RJ45 female port in our PC is embedded in a separate circuit, and this circuit is called network interface card. So, network interface card or
data using LAN cables are called wired network interface cards. On the other hand, data sharing between two devices by connecting them to a Wi-Fi network is done by using wireless network interface cards. We connect our mobile phone to a Wi-Fi network using wireless network interface cards. So, network interface cards are must for a device to connect to internet.
So what we have learned over here, कि whenever we are connecting two devices, we have got a LAN card in it. So the LAN card does not mean it will be looking like all the time it will be looking like this card. This is the card for the PCs, for the desktop computers. LAN card is also there in our cell phones, but it will be in the form of a small chip, okay, which is behaving as a NIC card. Wireless network interface card is also there that we use normally when when we don't have the network interface card in our PC and we are using the LAN card. So LAN card are also USB connectivity LAN card are available, which are wireless LAN cards, and you become able to connect your desktop PC. For example, if in your desktop PC, if you don't have the Wi-Fi, what you will do? You will take some wireless network interface card, and when you will install it, you will be able to connect your desktop PC with your Wi-Fi connection. Similarly, all the devices have got, whether it is a cell phone or a tablet or a laptop or a PC or a desktop PC, whatever. So it will have a LAN card in order to connect with any sort of network, whether it is a local area network or internet.
You are able to watch this video this time in YouTube only because your device having a network interface card. Which network interface card your device is having, wired or wireless? Write in the comment section below. Subscribe to TechTerms and like our Facebook page.
Okay. So I think this thing is now clear to you, and network interface card will have the MAC address. What does it mean? We have already discussed about. Okay, the MAC address is basically the physical address of the device on which basis the device is identified. MAC address is there inside the NIC, means network interface card, network interface controller, also called the network adapter. Are you getting this thing? So I hope this was a good video that I shared with you, and we have discussed about. We will discuss about all other things as well related to this chapter that we have started now. Okay, what is basically an NIC? What is the purpose of the NIC and what is the purpose of the switch? I have explained you the NIC as well, and you know very well that this is also given in your recent assignment. And I had asked you, okay, basically this is your research topic you have to do. Now I have explained it as well. Na? I have also explained it to you so that now you will be able to write the answer for this question. State the purpose of the network interface card in a computer system. Now I have explained it, and I will give you the material today, inshallah, in your Google Classroom so that you can go through it. Up to here, if you have got any question, please raise the hand. Kindly raise the hand. Those students who have not done the assignment, they should submit this assignment in their Google Classroom today or in the first half tomorrow. It's better to write your answers on the paper today and submit it today by the end of the day or tomorrow morning. But tomorrow I should receive the assignments, all the assignments from all the students, so that okay, one task which is related to the assignments, it should be completed. Getting this thing? So this is very important thing. Okay, you need to know about it. And one thing is there, what you will do, you will do some research about the MAC address. What is the purpose? Because when you are a student of computer science, so it's your responsibility to become, very much concerned about the studies. We are not limited to the book only. What is meant at MAC address? For example, if you want to see the MAC address of your cell phone, you want to see the MAC address of your laptop, how you will see the MAC address? These are the things that you need to know about. Fine. So you should do some research about it. For example, how would I be able to see my MAC address? I will be able to click on the my computer. I will go to the properties, and I would like to identify different devices which are there in the device manager. So when you will go to the device manager over there, you will find out whether network interface card is there in my desktop PC. Of course, there would be some network interface card. So you will find it out from there. Okay, then you will be able to see what kind of card is that and what is basically its MAC address. So such kind of thing. This is called network adapter. Network adapter भी कहते हैं. एक और term आ गई सामने अब आपके. इसको हम network adapter भी कहते हैं, network interface card भी कहते हैं. All these terms are there that we use for this purpose. So basically, this is how you can go and you can see the properties. So you will be able to see these properties are there. So how we can find out the MAC address, how we can find out, how we can see our computer's MAC address. So these all are the things that you need to know about your computer, and you will do some research about it. Okay. If you have got any questions up to here, please just let me know so that I can explain you this thing. Achha, one more video is there I would like to share with you. And this is, I think, also about the NIC. Yes.
This animation gives you an idea of how a NIC and its driver works. For incoming data, bit signals travel along the medium and are received by the NIC. Received bits are formatted into a frame. The CRC is calculated and compared to the CRC in the frame trailer. If they don't match, the frame is damaged or changed and the frame is discarded. This situation is rare but can happen in electrically noisy environments or if the media is poorly terminated. If the CRC is okay, the destination MAC address is checked. If it matches the NIC's
Okay, so over here you will see that they are also talking about right now what I wanted to show you in this red box. Destination MAC address. MAC address is very important. MAC address is basically the physical address of the machine, which is identified by your LAN card. Your LAN card is there, using which you are going to identify your MAC address. Fine. So MAC address, you know very well it is very important. Whenever we are concerned with our different information, for example, if we go to our settings, so you will be able to see that different devices are there. On those devices, you have got different characteristics in them. And then over there, you can see that different options are there that you will be able to see. Okay. Different types of options are there which are related to the hardware devices. This is how you can collect data about your device, about all the devices that you have got. For example, when I went to this option of network profile, so I will be able to see that basically the network address that I have got, this is my MAC address. Can you see over here? Physical address, MAC address. This is my LAN card's MAC address, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So this is there basically in the 12 digits. 12 digits MAC address is there for each device. Basically each device, whether it is laptop or desktop or tablet or cell phone. Fine. So I think these all things are clear. Our class time is now about to over. I had asked you for the questions. If you've got any questions, you can ask me. So if you don't have, so